Hello, hello. It's Michelle from Monkey's Creations. Come on in. Come on in. Good morning, good morning. Well, happy late birthday, Guadalupe. Hello, Joanne. Good morning, TikTok. Come on in. We are going to do a lemon wreath with my beads. So we're going to be using the yellow beads and the lemon beads. These are available on my website. Good morning. Good morning. So there has been, I guess, a lot of confusion about the 3D daisy petal. So hopefully I can clear that up today, as I'm going to be using both the 3D daisy petal and the reverse 3D daisy petal. Okay. Now I'm going to show you the difference, and I'm going to show you how to make each of the petals, and I'm going to show you how they're similar. Okay. So it's basically the same fold. It's just how you fold the center, I guess, or how you put the bead on there. So we are using the small Unique in the Creek board. This amazing lemon sign, and we're going to be using the royal blue and the white horizontal white stripe, because the sign has a lot of yellow, and then our beads are yellow, and I think the yellow beads and the lemon beads will really pop on these two colors. So let me bring, well, actually it's Friday, y'all. Everybody get up, get off the couch, get out of the bed, get off the chair. You ready? It's Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. Good morning, everybody. If y'all can float my boat, I'd appreciate it. I'm going to bring everybody down and over. So if you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to make two of each. We're going to do one now and then one at the end. So if anybody has missed how I make the petal, or you have questions, you'll definitely have time. So we are going to make the reverse 3D daisy petal. Okay. So on the reverse, we want it wider. Okay. So we have to make a wider petal. So these are all squared. Okay. Curve side up, diamond shape. This is the reverse 3D daisy. We're going to take top and bottom completely over each other. I'm going to take our right hand, and I'm going to hold down that right side of the petal. We're going to take the left tip over to the right tip, just completely folding it in half. Okay, so we have a wider petal. Now you'll see here where it starts to slant down. That's where we're going to pinch and bring our edges in. Just like that. Thanks. I love my sweatshirt. And then we're just going to band it. Just like that. Okay. Now for this one, for the white, we are using the yellow petal, the yellow bead. And for the blue, we are using the lemon bead. Good morning. Good morning. So we're going to take our bead. We're going to take our zip tie. We're going to take that zip tie through the bead. Now you'll see one side, you'll see the mesh kind of sticking up. On the other, it's tucked in. That's the side I'm going to use. So I'm going to pick up those two edges. We're going to take our zip tie and run it right. You'll see when you pull this apart that there's a hole. We're going to take our zip tie right through that hole. And we're going to start our zip tie. We're going to bring the bead around, and the nub of that zip tie goes inside the petal. And I'm just walking it up and tightening that zip tie as we go. Okay, so now I'm going to hold this end, and we're going to completely walk that zip tie to the top. Tighten it up a little bit more. Now I'm just kind of making sure that that bead is centered. And then I'm going to zip it all the way. And then I'm going to take my clippers, runaway bead, and I'm going to clip that zip tie off. Oh, I moved my trash can. Okay, so now we're going to go in and we're going to open up the petal. Make sure our bead is center. And there is your reverse 3D daisy petal. Okay, now we're going to make the regular 3D daisy petal, and you're going to see similarities in this fold, y'all. So once again, it is squared, curved side up, diamond shape. We're going to bring that top to the middle, bottom to the middle. So just overlapping maybe 1/2 inch. Now we're going to bring top to the middle again, because we want a skinnier petal, right? And then we're going to bring bottom to the middle. So that's what we have. And now it's going to be the same process. Right hand is holding down that right side of the petal. Left tip is going to right tip, completely folding it in half, just like we did with the white one. You're doing your kitchens and lemons. Yay. And then we're just going to scrunch, scrunch, band. Okay, so that's what we have. Now we're going to add the lemon bead. So bead right through the zip tie. There's a hole, right? And this one is going completely at the top. Wrap it around, zip it up, bring the nub of the zip tie inside. We're going to start to tighten it up. I'm going to hold this down here. I'm going to stretch it out. I'm making sure that that bead is completely at the top. And then we're going to cut that zip tie. And there is your regular 3D daisy petal with the bead at the top. Okay. Now we will make them again, putting in Y'all, I am so sorry. I completely forgot to trim these down. Y'all, I even forgot to go work out this morning. My sign is 8 inches. My beads are anywhere from 16 to 25 millimeter, but you can find them on my website. Okay, now we're using every set of holes and every regular set. Every regular set and every shared set, sorry. So we're going to need 24 of the blue and 16 of the white. So in the packs of beads on my website, you get 40 of each color. So you can definitely mix and match those however you want to do it. I know I'm going to have to make up for missing. And the trainer called and she's like, where you at? I was like, oh my God. Because I was prepping. I was prepping for this one. I'm prepping for a video I'm going to make right after this one. It was just craziness. So you can adjust those beads once you get them on there, depending on how you want them to sit. monkeyscreations.com is my website. So we're using 24 blue, 16 white. Didn't forget to eat. So you've got your energy. I did eat my beef stick. Isn't that pretty? Love it. If you want to add just, your zip ties that you're using one at a time, if you kind of get confused with all the zip ties going on, what are you putting on the wreath? We are doing the 3D daisy petal and the regular daisy petal on a Unique in the Creek board. Lemon edition. Lord, I'm going to have a mess all over my table. It's one of your favorite colors. Is everybody already moving on from Christmas wreaths? Sorry, I'm trying to fix that nub and get this straight. There we go. These petals were a little bit hard on my hands this morning, but I'm gonna make it work, y'all. My mesh is squared. And what I mean by that is a lot of those meshes aren't always 10 inches. So I always measure mine and square it. So these, I believe, were 10 1/4. So I squared them at 10 1/4. Hello, hello. You're doing wintertime wreaths? Don't you have to 2 to 3 months ahead of season? Yes. So I have already moved on to summertime. We will be doing Valentine's, St. Patty's, Easter, all those holidays is what I have moved on to. After Christmas, those kits will start rolling out. And I know everybody's like, can't we just enjoy Christmas? Absolutely. If we can't enjoy Christmas while making a Valentine wreath, I can do both. But as creators and as sellers of all these types of things, we always have to be ahead of the holidays. So don't be giving anybody a hard time because we're already moving on, but that's because we have to. Thanks, Katrina. Hello, hello. Where do I get my rubber bands? Mine are from Dollar Tree. They are just the hair bands from Dollar Tree. And the flowers. And You're always behind. No, this one is not an Angie's t-shirt, sweatshirt. This one is off of Amazon. I got this one before Angie was really doing t-shirts. I'm going to show you the petals again. So just hang tight. Shelly, you can do these any way you would like. So in my bead bundles, you get 5 different colors. And I try to make them so that they're all kind of matchy-matchy, so that you can mix and match your beads however you would like. So yes, I mean, you can do any number of combinations with the beads. So on this one, I'm using the lemon bead on the outside, and we're going to be using just the yellow bead on the inside. So okay, we are going to leave this one. We're going to start putting the white on, and then I will show you how to make each of those petals again. Oh, thanks, Trina. You made your first snowflake? Yay! Anybody new here? It's your first time watching? You will find me here just about every day at 10 o'clock in the morning. If you missed the live, you can catch the replays on my YouTube channel. And I have almost 1,000 videos on YouTube now. So, oh, some first timers on TikTok. Well, welcome. I am Michelle from Monkey's Creation. So if you have any questions, definitely let me know. All right. So we're going to go ahead and start putting in the white. And then when I get all the white in that I have made up, we will make these petals one last time. So don't fret. I will show you how to make them again. So we're going to need 16 white. We used 24 blue. Now we're going with the 16 white. Y'all remember to trim up your petals before you start so you don't have a mess all over your table. I didn't go live yesterday. I took the day off to clean. Go figure. I make wreaths, but not the ones you do. Well, awesome. Oh, that's so pretty, y'all. But I really wanted to make this one to show y'all the difference between the 3D daisy petal and the reverse 3D daisy petal. So you could see that the folds are, you start pretty much the same. It's just how you end up. All the way around with the blue. Because I've got one more blue to make and I wanted to make them at the same time. That's the only reason. That's why I left that one. I know these colors are pretty, aren't they? Hello, hello. Joyce, I think I commented on one of your photos in Wreath Creators, and I liked it so much, I had asked if I could do it live. So anytime I see a specific wreath or something that I have never done and I've seen somebody else create it, if I like it, I will ask them if I can do it live. And when I do that, I totally give them credit for coming up with it. But I do always ask first. Good morning. Good morning. This is horizontal white stripe. I believe it was the one with the 7/8 ribbon going around your petal. So I'm going to make these petals one more time. And I'm going to kind of do them side by side so you can see how similar they are. and why a lot of people get confused. So the one I'm doing now is the reverse 3D daisy petal. The one on the outside, the blue, is the regular 3D daisy petal. We just added a bead. I commented on that dragon as well, but I hadn't heard back. The board is intimidating, so it's just the wireframe. Try it, Jane. I promise you, because I did the same thing. I bought the boards and I literally just looked at them for probably a month. And I was like, I ain't doing that. Because I started on wireframes as well. And then I was like, okay, you just got to do it. And so I did. And although I still do wireframe wreaths, I mainly use these boards now. Remind you of a cobra head. And yes, I can do it live. Awesome, Joyce. Thank you so much. And I will totally give you credit, girlfriend. All right. Let's go ahead and cut these off. And I will make the 2 petals again. Look how pretty that is, though, y'all. With that lemon sign right in the middle. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's put this right there. We're going to grab the 2 petals. Y'all, let me put this in here. With fear of the boards, absolutely. It is definitely easier, smoother. Your backs, there's nothing to scratch your customer's door. But I agree, it is intimidating the first time you use them, because you're like, I got to do what with what and how many watts. But I promise, once you try it the first time, you will be hooked. Okay. All right. We are going to make, I'm going to do kind of a side by side as we're doing them this time. So this one is going to be the 3D reverse 3D daisy petal. I can't throw them over my shoulder, Carol. My OCD would not allow me to do that. All right. So it is squared. Curl side up, diamond shape. We're going to bring bottom and top completely over each other. I'm going to take that right hand. I'm going to hold that right side of that petal down, and I'm going to bring left tip to right tip. Completely fold it in half. Just like that. You're welcome. Jane, if you want to check out my YouTube channel, I have tons and tons of videos on how to use all the different boards. So go check out my YouTube channel. Okay, then we're just going to pinch, bring these ends together. First snowflake with the hardest wreath ever done it on the board for the first time ever. Awesome. Okay. So this is going to be the reverse 3D daisy petal. Okay. So I'm going to stop and we're going to do the blue so you can see exactly how similar it is. Now for this one, we don't want the petal as wide. Okay. So this one is squared, curl side up, diamond shape. We're going to bring that bottom or that top to the middle, bottom just barely overlapping, maybe a ½ inch, that middle. Now we're going to bring that top completely to the middle again, bottom completely to the middle. So see how this petal is going to be smaller? How long is the mesh? I square my mesh, which means I measure the mesh before I cut it. This ended up being, I believe the blue was 10 1/4 and the white was 10 1/2. So I square them. Now I'm going to take my right hand. We're going to hold down the right side of my mesh, and we're going to bring the left tip to the right tip again, just like we did with the white. Completely folded in half. Now we're just going to scrunch. To do a video instructions your followers on. I have already started that, Joanne. And then we're going to band it. So on my YouTube channel, even on TikTok, I have a whole series on just doing the individual petals. Like one video will be the dragon petal. The next is the sunflower petal, the Liz petal. So you can find those on TikTok and you can find them on my YouTube channel. And I believe they're on my Facebook under my reels. So there are individual videos, short video. They're like less than a minute long on how to just do a petal of video. Okay. So you can see they're folded the exact same way. Just we have a wider petal versus a less wider petal. Okay. All right. We're going to go back to the reverse 3D daisy. We're going to take a zip tie. We're going to take a bead. Oh, thanks, Pam. I love you too. We're going to take that zip tie, run it through the bead. Now, on these petals, the way we folded them, there's a hole in the middle. I can run my hand right through it. We're going to take the top two, the top layer, scrunch it up. We're going to run our zip tie right through the middle. And we're going to zip it. Okay. Now we're going to start and we're going to walk that zip tie up to the top with our bead, and I'm going to start to tighten it. Now, as I'm doing that, I'm holding the bottom and I'm pulling on that zip tie to get it all the way to the top. And then I'm going to completely zip it. And we're going to cut that zip tie off. And then I'm just going to go in and we're going to open up that middle, straighten out your bead if you need to. So that is your reverse the JJ petal. That's what it reminds me of. I didn't say that out loud. So the blue one, it has our lemon. We're going to do the same thing. Zip tie right through the middle of the bead. And this time we're going to the top. So right through that middle. Zip it up. We're going to take that nub, take it under. I'm holding this and I'm pulling to make sure our bead is completely at the top. Yes. The body part wreath. Listen, y'all. So completely tighten it and then cut your zip tie. And then you can adjust. I can't do it now. I'm going to have the giggles the rest of the live. Come on, move over. And then you can adjust your bead and get your lemon where you want it. You know what we're thinking exactly. Hey, Carrie. All right, so there is your reverse 3D daisy petal, and this is your regular 3D daisy petal. Everybody got it now? No more confusion? Have I cleared up the confusion? All right, let's trim these up. And let's get this wreath finished. All right, so we're going to finish that blue one right there. Hello, everybody. Put that last blue in. Finish up our white. So we did 24 blue, 16 white. How pretty is that? So I just want to make sure they are all sitting. They're all lined up. This is the small board. Okay, so your regular 3D daisy petal, your reverse 3D daisy petal. All right. Now I used a jewelry punch and I punched holes in my board, in my sign, my metal sign. So now I'm just going to run a pipe cleaner right through those holes. Thanks. And then I'm going to find the top of my board right there. This is the top. And I'm just going to run that pipe cleaner right through the holes. And then once I know that's what I want, I'm going to tighten it down. Ring around the potatoes. Listen, I don't always have it together, y'all. So I'm just tightening it down until you hit that resistance. I don't want it so tight that it smushes my petals. Okay, and then once I know we are good, I will just circle these And now I'm questioning everything that comes out of my mouth, sticking them down the holes. Good morning, good morning. Okay, and then we're going to take another zip tie while I've got it upside down. Take the holes or the zip tie through the holes. Everything's going to be inappropriate now. Clip that off, and that's what we hang it from. Okay. Do you know how to flip screen? What you talking about, flip screen? You have several of the boards, all sizes and shapes. You do try them. Oh. So we did 24 of the blue, the 3D daisy petal, 16 of the white, which is the reverse 3D daisy petal. What the sign says, it says welcome with the lemon. That's why I added the lemon beads. And then here is the back. So completely flat, nothing to scratch your customer's door. So we used every regular set of holes and every shared set of holes starting on row 2, row 3. We have an 8-inch sign, so I did not need to do anything on row 4. All right. Any questions? You can get the beads on my website. They come in a bundle. I believe this is the summer bundle or every day. I don't remember, but you will find them. They are listed. The lemon beads you can get from the website, monkeyscreations.com. All right. Any questions? Thank you so much. So this took a minute. How much? I would typically sell these for $65. Really, it only took me so much longer because I was teaching and talking at the same time. But I can generally put one of these together in 30 minutes. So it's, for me, it's really not time consuming, but I'm teaching at the same time. So it does take a little bit longer when I teach some of these, especially some of these difficult, and not that they're difficult, they're just not used a lot and take a little bit more time to make them. You do craft shows? I do not do craft shows. I only do online. I try to do craft. They're just too much work. And I don't want to put in the time to do craft shows. Would a 10-inch sign work? Probably. I'm looking to see if I have a 10-inch right around me. I know this is a 10-inch that I make for my Sennas. So yes, a 10-inch would work. All right. I am out of here. I am going to go do a video on how to make one of the huge bows using a body pillow. So I'll be working on that video next. So I hope y'all have an amazing weekend. And I will see y'all Monday. All right. Bye, y'all.